Hey everybody, it's me, Gypsy from Smallwood Homestead. Long time no see, I know. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for dropping by. And if you are an old friend, I'm glad you came back even after my long absence. I thought I would do something a little different this year and give you kind of a year in review type of thing. This year's been tough on everybody, and I know it has. I have not been left out of the fray, unfortunately. I've had a loss of family. I have had a loss of friends to suicide and to cancer. And I'd like to say right off the bat, if you are feeling suicidal, please call someone. Please get in touch with somebody else. Forget about coronavirus. If you are feeling suicidal, call the suicide hotline. Talk to somebody. I've had former teachers and former neighbors and other friends who have been stricken with coronavirus. Some I have lost as a result. Others are doing better, slowly taking it day by day, staying isolated. Some are still in the hospital. It's just affected everyone. And I don't want to make light of our situation during this pandemic. If you're watching this in the future, the date today is December 31st, 2020. And I'll tell you what, I'll be glad to see it go. And I know a lot of other people will too. I have a list here to kind of keep my mind on track. I have had a lot of health issues myself this year, and I have gone through 2 surgeries so far, and I'm looking at the possibility of a 3rd one, unfortunately. I had my wrist operated on, and on December 18th, so not that long ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I had my gallbladder removed, which is why I'm spending New Year's Eve in my jammies. At home, of course. Wasn't planning on going out anyway, but just taking it easy. I have a tradition every New Year's Eve that I clean my house spotless, because that way I can wake up to the new year with a fresh, sparkling, clean slate. Given that I just had major surgery, it's not all going to get finished tonight, but I'm doing what I can. It will get finished by the end of the weekend, though. Other things that have gone on, if you've not been following my vlogs, then all of these things will be new to you. And you won't have to go back and rewatch everything. I adopted 2 kittens this year. They were feral. I found them under a house with their mother and 2 sisters. The mother and 1 sister ran away. I found a home for the youngest sister, the smallest sister. She was actually the runt, and now she's a year old and she's beautiful and healthy. My friend Andrea did a wonderful job bringing her back to health. I had decided to keep the 2 boys, whom I named Frady and Shadowcat. Frady Cat and Shadowcat. They were identical twins, black as coal, and I was going to let them live in my barn. I wasn't planning on bringing them in the house. And one morning, Frady wasn't there. when I went to feed breakfast to the cats outside. And then at lunchtime, he wasn't there. So I went looking for him. And unfortunately, I found that he had been hit by a car. So I lost a cat this year too. But that made me decide to bring Shadow Cat inside. So now he's an indoor cat. He's a year old. He's getting big. He looks healthy. The older cats are not very happy with me. This makes number 5 cat in the house. I'm not getting any more. No more cats in the house. But yeah, my old lady, Derby, she's 8 years old. She's not happy with having a 1-year-old in the house. But she'll get used to it. Let's see, what else? Oh, after nearly a year, I finally got approved for disability. For those of you who don't know, I have hypermobile ehlers-danlos syndrome. That is a rare disease. It's genetic. It's incurable. It strikes 1 in 50,000, and it affects all of the connective tissues of the body. And this year, my ehlers-danlos was starting to get worse. It is degenerative. I have been told by the geneticist that I will end up in a wheelchair. I will end up in a neck brace. As of right now, sometimes I have to walk with a cane because my legs will give out. And I also have PTSD and generalized anxiety disorder and depression. And I also have fibromyalgia. So I've just got the whole kitchen sink there. And I had been denied once before for disability, and I'd been unable to hold down a job because I would get a great job and I would love it and I'd do great, and then I would have a day that I would have to call in because I couldn't walk. And well, honestly, I became unreliable because of that. I couldn't tell when my hands wouldn't work or when my legs wouldn't work. So yeah, I lost a lot of jobs this year. But I also finally got approved for disability. I'm still going to have to get a part-time job because it's not going to be enough to pay my living expenses. I only get $388 a month. So yeah, that barely covers my electric bill and my water bill. So, and gas in my car. But I'm thankful that I did get it. Back to the surgery thing, I had a fall back in September, right after I had my wrist surgery. And a nasty fall. It was really bad. I had to go to the emergency room. They had to cut off my cast off of my wrist, the whole bit. As a result of that, it turns out that I tore a tendon in my shoulder. It's only a 10 millimeter tear, so it's not super big. My orthopedist doesn't think I need surgery right now. He wants to try cortisone shots to see if the inflammation will go down and that the tear will heal on its own. I have to get 3 shots. I've already had 2. I have 1 more. I go back in 4 weeks and get the 3rd shot. And if that doesn't help, then yeah, I'll have to have surgery to repair the tendon. That's another one of those things that goes along with having the hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I did get some good news this year. My daughter is pregnant with her 3rd son. So that's good. I'm going to have another grandson. Yay! So that makes me happy, of course. She did have a bit of a scare, had to be airlifted to St. Louis, but she's fine now. The baby's fine. Everything's going well. So that makes me very, very happy. as a result of the pandemic, I have had to increase my therapy sessions with my counselor, and I've had to increase the dosage of my Xanax because of my anxiety. This is not unnormal or abnormal, because I've got friends right now who have never suffered with severe anxiety until this year. The pandemic has really affected a lot of people that I know mentally. Look out for each other. That's all I can say. Check in on each other. Telephone call will go a long way. It really will. Or even just a text saying, hey, I'm thinking of you. I hope you're okay. Check in on everybody. Please, please do. Let's see. Oh, as a result of me having to have all these surgeries and having to have different medical procedures like MRIs and stuff, I have been COVID tested 6 times. And all 6 times, they were negative. I have never had any COVID symptoms, thank goodness. Other than I was having allergies, and my doctor even said, I really think this is just your allergies, but to be on the safe side, we'll have you get tested. And I got tested, and it was just my allergies. So that was good. I have to giggle because usually I'm the first person to catch anything that blows in the wind. Last year in 2019, I had pneumonia 3 times. And I'm thankful that there's now a vaccine that is coming out. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to get it. And the reason being is that I am allergic to the flu vaccine and I am allergic to the pneumonia vaccine. And my doctor is worried that I will have an allergic reaction to the COVID vaccine. So I have been literally staying in my trailer on my land. If it's nice outside, I go walking around Smallwood. If it's not nice, I stay in the house. I've been crocheting a lot, and I've been downsizing some things. I just realized that I have a lot of things that don't bring me joy anymore, but they're still useful. Some of those things I ended up giving to friends for Christmas and for Yule, and other stuff I'm putting in boxes, and I'm going to have them taken to be donated to different organizations in town. So got that. Let's see, what else? What else? Oh, something new that I have experienced. I have now experienced video dating. Right now, there is a fella, I'll say. I don't want to jinx it, so I don't want to say too much, but I have been talking with someone for about 3 weeks now. And of course, we have not been able to actually physically go on a date. We're trying to watch out for everything because unfortunately, in my area in Southern Illinois, we've had several restaurants get shut down, including outdoor dining. We had one restaurant burn down. One of our local celebrities who owns 17th Street Barbecue, who's also a barbecue master, pit master, he has won contests and stuff, Mike Mills, passed away. So there's that. And there have been other restaurants that got shut down because so many of their team members contracted coronavirus. So there's not really any place to go. It's really cold here right now. I have a sheet of ice on my front porch right now, according to my son. My son came over to help me out today. Since I've had major surgery, he's been doing some things for me that I can't do right now. And he told me, he says, Mom, don't go outside. Your porch is a sheet of ice. And I went, oh, thank you for letting me know. So It's really cold. I'm not sure how we will end up having our first date, so to speak, in person. But for now, you know, we will use video and get to know each other that way. And we'll just see what happens. Um, I have also learned a new meaning for the word Zoom. When I was little, there used to be a television program on PBS called Zoom. And now to Zoom is to have a video conference of sorts or a video meeting. I have now experienced participating in live video theater where we did Shakespeare readings. It's very interesting, you know. It was a way for those of us that are in the theater field to continue to perform because our season, our 2020 season, it's gone, non-existent. As a matter of fact, there was a play that was already starting rehearsals when everything got put on lockdown. And so we've been trying to do things, you know, by video. The stage company, which is the group I belong to, did a video. It's on YouTube. Look up the stage company, Carbondale, Illinois. And for Christmas and for Halloween, there were 2 videos that were made using pieces from other actors and performers in the group. So that was kind of nice to see. I'm not in any of those videos. Unfortunately, I was busy having surgery. So let's see here. Oh, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I do goals. If I do New Year's resolutions, I feel more anxiety and more stressed, and then I don't get them done, and then I feel really bad about myself. So I just set what I consider to be achievable goals. And my goals for next year, for 2021, are to get my craft studio and my guest room to be downsized and fully functioning. Because right now, they're not fully functioning. I've got way too much stuff that I don't use. I've now been in this house for 3 years, and yeah, the only crafting I've really been doing has been painting and crocheting, and that's it. So, and sewing masks, of course. I did sew a lot of masks and deliver them to friends. But aside from that, I really haven't been in my studio. So I think it's time that I let some things go, you know, and just kind of, I don't know, redo things. I had started a video prior to this several weeks ago in which I was showing how I was taking my great aunt's baker's cabinet, baker's hutch, and I refinished it, I painted it, repainted it, and I put it in my kitchen to use finally. Unfortunately, I did not get that video finished, so it will probably come later, you know, sometime next year. But yeah, that's one of my goals, is to get my craft studio and my guest bedroom fully functioning and downsized. And then I want to build a working garden. Something that I did get to do this summer was I was given some blackberry bushes, and I planted them in what is the sunniest spot in my yard. And I'm thinking in a couple of years they will actually start producing fruit. But I have 3. I have 3 long strands of blackberry bushes. So going along with that, I want to build a working garden. I want to build a garden that I can grow things that I use, you know, my vegetables, my fruits. I would also like to get some fruit trees and put them in, because my goal has always been to be as self-sufficient as I possibly can here at Smallwood Homestead. And you know, I've had some ups and downs. Well, now I'm in a better place mentally. I'm getting better physically, and I'm getting better financially. So now I think I will be able to do some of those things. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Dehydration goes along with some of the medications that they gave me for the surgery. So very thirsty, and I've been talking for a little bit. Um, One of the other goals that I want to do is to lose some weight and actually stay healthy. I know it probably doesn't look like it now. You can't tell how much I weigh, but I am about 50 pounds heavier than what would be considered normal for someone of my build and my age. So that's the goal. I'm gonna work on it. You know, as soon as I'm able. Right now, I'm focusing on recovery from the gallbladder surgery and possibly having shoulder surgery. So once that's all done, then I can actually focus more on losing weight and staying healthy. I want to stay healthy. And my last goal on here is to redo the floor in the kitchen, do the floor in my bedroom, and I want to paint one wall in my bedroom that's beside my bed. I want to paint it like a nighttime sky. So that's it. Those are my goals. I think that I can succeed. I'm pretty sure that I can, barring anything, you know, drastic happening. I think I'll be able to do it. What I would like to do in terms of making extra money, I did make some good money as a textile repairer. And so I'm going to see if maybe I can continue with that, because that's something I can do at home. I can take my time with it. And I don't have to worry about, you know, well, if I'm having a bad day physically, you know, that's still something that I would be able to probably take care of. I repair quilts. I repair crocheted afghans. Basically, if it is quilted, stitched, or crocheted, I can repair it. You know, I also can do alterations on clothing. I've done alterations on clothing before. So those are things that, you know, I'm hoping I can get a clientele built up to where I can actually support myself that way. And if you guys have any ideas of how I can support myself that isn't physically strenuous that I could maybe do from home, please leave me a comment below, because I'm always open to new ideas. Always, always, always. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. If you want to contact me, Gypsy, my email address is smallwoodhomestead, all one word, smallwoodhomestead@gmail.com. I also have a Facebook page. It's Smallwood Homestead. You can also message me there. And like I said, by all means, leave me some comments below. I'm sorry that it's been so long. This has been a rough year. It just has. And I tell you what, I am glad to see it out the door. I will be so happy to wake up tomorrow and go, it's 2021! It's my year! Because that is what I am thinking. I am so happy to be in 2021. I tell you what, I really, really am. I wish for all of you the best of health and the best of times. I wish for you laughter and love. I wish for you to have sunny days and warm nights and friends and family around you. And if we all work together, if we wear our masks and we wash our hands and we be diligent and listen listen to what the laws are, listen to what the advice is, and we stay home and use the video to talk to each other, or, watch YouTube videos all day, then maybe we can get over this thing a little quicker. So, Happy New Year, everybody. I give you all the blessings that my heart can send for you. Namaste, friends. Have a great new year.